Welcome back to the OTB Podcast, the original and still the best New Zealand mountain bike podcast, brought to you by Maxxis Tyres, New Zealand's tyre of choice, and also the original and still the best. From the High Roller to the Minion to the Assegai, Maxxis have got you covered for all of your mountain bike tyre needs. And also brought to you by Fox Suspension, makers of the finest suspension products out there. Get yourself a new podium fork. I've been testing one of those out of my Vala recently, and I am excited to bring you the full review. But today, we're here for a catch-up with none other than Sacha Earnest, who is one of the stars of the New Zealand women's downhill field at the moment. We get to chat about what's been going on this season and a bit more dive into her junior years as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, joining me here today, one of the ladies who is absolutely leading an awesome charge of a new generation of women's downhill racing in New Zealand, Sacha Earnest. Welcome along. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
That's awesome. So you're on a bit of a, summer break, but home for a bit of winter time.
Yeah, it's been a winter break. It's been really nice for the first 2 weeks, but only really today. It's been a bit grim and kind of just inside gym kind of day.
Yeah. It's kind of a novelty having such a big break this year, almost like getting to actually come and spend a good gap at home.
For sure. I came back last year as well, but it feels a bit more of like a relaxed kind of break away from the whole environment as well. So I'm glad I am home.
Yeah, it's been a hectic start to the year. I mean, not that I'm even there on the ground, but just from the outside watching it, it's like, man, it just feels like so many races already.
Yeah, I don't even know how many races we had last year, but 6 already for the first block is exhausting, but it was pretty fun to have a couple back-to-back.
Yeah. Plus, you did a bit of preseason like in the US and that as well, which adds to it.
Yeah, we did, I think, 2 weeks in Windrock, and that was a big trip there. And then we also did one to Laguna at the end of last year as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's hectic. What have you been up to since you've been home?
Ooh, lots of gym, a couple of road rides, and a bit of downhill and Rotorua since it's been nice. But this week,
nice.
It's pissing down, so maybe not.
Not so much this week. Yeah, I rode in Rotorua last week and it was pretty prime conditions.
I would say so. Like, it wasn't too cold either, but it was still thermal worthy.
Yeah, definitely. So it's been probably a pretty hectic, well, we've talked about a hectic start, but like first year in Elite, there's been a lot going on for you this year. How's the season been for you? It's probably not where you want it to be from just looking from the outside.
Yeah, I'd say this is my most inconsistent year. Like, compared to last year, I was like constantly on the podium. I was having good qualities, good race runs. But this year, every race I've gone from not qualifying to qualifying. So I've qualified for 3. I've only really done well in one of them, and I've like messed up my other 2 finals. But yeah, it's been hard to manage that kind of difference in the years. Like, I obviously expected this wouldn't be as good as my junior years. Like, no way it'd be as easy. But yeah, I just didn't realize how hard it would be.
It's a big step up when you're going to Elite, and like there's such an established field of elites when you start looking at like like Nina and Valley, and it's like there's so many of those girls who have been there for a long time, and suddenly you're like, man, I got to find my spot in here.
Yeah, exactly. I think especially now, all the women are back. They're healthy. They're fast. Like, it's big,
so fast this year.
A big jump up. And I was talking to quite a few women at this, like the first race of the season, and I was saying how hard it was to just even qualify. Like, I reckon the layout for this year is much better, but still qualifying is a bit tough, and I think I need to work on that a bit more and get that aggression up. But it's been really hard with a couple of crashes throughout the season. I got another concussion in Leo Gang, so I had to sit out that race, as well as that race, and then the week after, which was a break anyway. But then I also cracked my rib in Latuelle.
Oh, that's no good.
No,
that's never comfortable.
And then we're still in pain for Andorra, but that was my best race, so I think I'm really proud of that.
Yeah. How have you been finding like you said, the qualifying seems better, obviously with the semi-finals as well. And I know you've gone through 2 semis, and you've had one Andorra. You went straight out of Q1, or you've done
Q1,
2 and
yeah.
Oh, you have had 2 Q1s. That's right. How have you found those, and compared to like the chaos of Q2 as well?
So much better.
Yeah.
It is pretty scary coming down, and I'm sitting in 10th or 9th, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm going to be out. So that 5 minutes is pretty horrible. But then just the pure, like, relaxation afterwards you can have, because you got a whole day. You start at 6 in the morning and end at 10:30 basically. So it's ideal. But Q2, having to do what, 4 Q2s?
Yeah.
This thing, it's pretty rough, because so many other people are in the same situation as well. But you just know the time's going to be fast. Everyone's going to be turning it up, and like you've just got to reset yourself basically, especially like your mind.
Yeah, the Q2 times have been fast. Like I've noticed that they are still, like, the Q2 winner is basically on pace with like Q1 winner most of the time. So
exactly, yeah. Especially for the boys, it's pretty hard. They like, I think sometimes they do even just go faster, whereas for the women we do kind of stay around the same pace-ish. But
how do you find the track like when you go back up for that? Because obviously it's had the whole elite men's field over it as well. Is there like often quite a lot beaten up, or?
I think sometimes there'll be like an odd rock or a root sticking out, but normally it's so beaten up to that point anyway.
True.
That you're just like, oh my God, just falls balls down to the wall, down the hill.
Yeah. So definitely, going straight out of Q1 is the way to do it.
The most ideal thing, yeah.
You had you said you had a really good one at Andorra, so 7th best of the season, and like you looked like, I don't know, I don't want to say your old self because you haven't been racing that long already anyway, but you looked probably the most comfortable I feel like you've looked all season. And was there anything that changed? You just like the track, like?
I think a lot of people had actually told me like I looked different, I looked more aggressive, I like had something in me, like the fire. But I don't know, I think warming up for qualifying, like I was on the spin trainer and I just like, something's different, like I can just feel it basically. And I had that same feeling warming up for the finals, but especially on finals day, like the track was pristine. The track maintenance people did an amazing job fixing it, and it was a bit wet in the morning, and like I was so hyped for those 2 like practice runs. Like it was amazing, and I felt, honestly, in my heart, I was like, I feel so bad for the New Zealand juniors because I know they would love this right now.
Yeah, because they didn't get to race, so they were gutted.
It is gutting. Like I know, like I've been in that boat twice as well, so it is pretty disappointing. But yeah, I think there was just something there. Like I knew there was a bit of grit left.
So yeah, we're talking about the juniors not being able to race, and I mean it's been like we had you and Eris and Ali and Jenna kind of come through, and then there's this whole nother, like, it doesn't even feel like you should call them another generation, but there's this next step like coming through at the moment, which is awesome. And like, I know it's probably a wee bit motivating for you girls as well to be like, right, can't let them come up and start beating us.
No, like it's so amazing. Like our kind of like 4-5 years that we had from Jess down to Ali was really, really strong. But then even now you can see all the girls who are in Whistler at the moment who are still at home, like they love riding their bike, which is so amazing to see. And they love the racing, they love like the style of it as well. And I think it's such like a great breakthrough for New Zealand, because we didn't have many like back in the day. We were pretty small. We only had Blinky, George, but
it was very dribs and drabs. There would be people who would, 1 or 2 would kind of come through, and then it would be a big break. And now it's like, I mean, across the likes of Lockie, Tahoto, it's like all you girls who are killing it. Now there's like 4 junior men and 4 junior women who are just like waiting in the wings to come up as well, which is so cool.
Exactly. Yeah, and they're constantly like in the finals. Like when I look at the juniors results, like it's so cool to see they're always like around the top 10ish. And everything like that.
Basically got like 4 spots in the top 10 of junior men's and junior women's locked up every week, which is cool.
It's pretty dominating, I'd like to say.
I think there's like, it kind of feels like there's a whole new wave of downhill racing coming in. Like I think enduro kind of stole a lot of talent away for a while, and I think that's maybe gone the other way now, where all these kids are just like, yeah, I just want to race downhill.
Yeah, it almost seems like a lot more people who originally would have liked to run enduro have come to downhill, and that could have just been a wave of people enjoying a different aspect of riding, but also like, yeah, it is just crazy to see. But I love it.
I think they see a pathway now as well, because for a while there was like, because we didn't have real strong junior fields or anything, and now for, you know, someone who's under 15, whatever, like aspiring, and they can look up and be like, man, I can do that too. You know, we've got this pathway, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure. I bet it's really good for them to have a whole bunch of older people to like look up to or to aspire to be, as you say. But yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot more serious since I started. Even in literally the past 3 years, I've raced World Cups. Like, I remember my first year going around with my dad. We were just loose riding, like doing the best I could, just no expectations. But yeah, even now, like I know all the younger kids are like training hard, and they're like thinking of racing, whereas I only think I started wanting to go to World Cups maybe like a year before.
Yeah.
I actually could go. And I was like, oh, maybe we should start going to the gym, start like training or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. You see some of these kids who are like first year under 17 racing like IXS Cups and stuff, and they'll go and do like 2 seasons in Europe before they can even race a World Cup in junior.
Exactly. I think having my first year in Europe for mountain biking, for my first year was pretty like exhilarating. Sorry, because we just went to see as many places as we could and rode such little bike parks, but it was so cool because it was so different to new home. But yeah, I think the IXS stuff is really good for exposure and also learning the kind of riding over there, because it's so different from home. So
yeah, the pace at those races steps up so much from like a New Zealand national round. So it is such a good pathway.
I think the Coronet National Series race though was pretty World Cup-y.
So yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I just wish Coronet would have a bit more some rocks and things like that to it. It's a bit of a slot car track, but it's super fun.
It is.
So you said you'd set out legging this year, jumping back onto race topics, and you did a bit of TV stuff, which I thought you did really well at. How did you enjoy that?
That was really cool, actually. It was a lot for the head, honestly, and I didn't
probably actually maybe not the best in that situation, but
it was good because I was just staring at a camera rather than phone the whole day. But it was like a bit weird because I thought I'd be having to commentate, and I don't think I was ready for that. But
yeah,
I thought I'd be able to commentate the juniors at least, but they were coming down when we were doing our preparation. So I was yelling at all the girls and the guys from New Zealand on that last jump, and it was so cool to see like my friend Ollie win, and I was standing there, but I felt so like distant and I couldn't like celebrate. But it was a pretty sick experience, and I really got to thank Net Performance for that. Like my managers have helped me out like for that experience. Yeah, it was cool seeing a different side of the racing, like being on the reporting side, talking about people who are upcoming and just describing the race and stuff. So all those
those experiences are so good as well, to put yourself out there just for your own brand and that as well. You know, like it's awesome to get that exposure on there.
Yeah, for sure.
How was Trek this year? You're officially your second year, I guess, with Trek Factory Racing, but it's kind of like 2.5 years, I guess, to a certain extent. But it looks like a cool team this year because it's almost like a full refresh and like quite a young team as well. Like other than Matt, which he probably brings some really good experience to the table. He definitely does. But it looks awesome with the likes of you and Lockie and Chris Hauser and Ollie. Like, it must be fun.
It's definitely good fun. I loved the other boys from obviously my old team, but this new one just seems like a family almost. Like we've got Lockie from home, Ollie's close enough, and then Matt's English is close enough as well.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, like our oldest rider being 26 is pretty crazy. Like he's still so young and he's still got at least 10 years in him. But
it's crazy. Matt's only 26 because he feels like he should be about 30. Like it just feels like he's been around for so long, and obviously like
experience and like
won a World Cup title.
Yeah,
and
exactly. And it's so cool having like learning off those boys as well.
Yeah.
Like only 21, so not as much older than me, but they've still got a couple years more experience than me, and learning off of them and seeing how they dissect a race weekend is really, really cool.
Yeah.
It is a bit upsetting that I don't ever get to ride with them unless we've all qualified.
Yeah, that is a bit of a bummer, I guess.
Yet to do. But I'm sure we'll get there in Leger, all five of us. It'll be really cool. But yeah, it's been really fun, and it's felt more of like a family kind of thing this year.
Yeah.
Because everyone is such like closer in age, and we've got a couple new staff members, and yeah, everyone's just gelling really good. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, Trek obviously being a huge brand, and it's like looks like a big team looking in, but I mean, there's so much experience across the likes of Matt, and even Andrew Shandro, like team manager, he was, you know, a legend from when I started racing, and it's like, so he probably brings so much to the table as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice having him, and I've obviously worked with him since I was half on the team in 2020. And yeah, it's good to see how he works with the boys as well.
No, that's cool. It looks like it's a fun team. But how was, like, you guys are on a new version of the bike this year, and it looks like there's a lot of options and adjustments between, you know, pivot points and all that. How are you finding that? How's your testing? Like, are you kind of a set and go kind of person, or are you tinkering a lot? Or
normally just a sit and go. Like, we did heaps of tinkering in Laguna and Windrock, and it was really, really amazing working with my mechanic Andy, because he'd previously worked with Hattie for Enduro.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, kind of just getting that rapport set up as well was amazing. But yeah, testing this year amplified a lot from last year. Like I tried so many more different variations of the bike, and I found what I love. And normally I start the race weekend on exactly what I normally have it at, and then I can change it after 2 runs and go, oh well, I'd like to do this and this and this.
Yeah.
Rather than start on something different, because I'd like to see it as a baseline what it would be compared to what I could change it to.
Yeah, that seems like a good way to be going about it if you've got like a pretty dialed baseline you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
So.
And I think, like, at least for me, I don't have as much like knowledge on that area as say the boys would. So it is just nice for me to kind of have what I like, and then like attack the track more than think about the bike and be like, oh wait, what if the bike was doing this, rather than what if I'm doing this wrong on the track.
Yeah. It's a whole new challenge when you have to start riding the track fast and also trying to think about like, oh, what's the bike doing, and then be able to translate that to like your mechanic as well. And it's that's probably been quite an experience to learn all of that, I imagine.
Yeah, for sure. And I've got a lot more learning to do. Like I'm nowhere near as like well studied on this as I should be. But
you're only first year elite, so it's like it's everything takes a bit of time.
Using it as an excuse, but sometimes it's pretty stressful trying to get as many laps as you can in, because the gondola can vary between every World Cup.
For sure.
I've got my like weekend set out basically like to the minute, so it's easy.
Nice and organized.
Yeah.
Let's jump back a little bit. So 2023, you went over for your first year, and you were saying, you know, like it's just kind of an experience, but you went straight in and won your first World Cup that you did. Did that? Did you probably had no expectations when you showed up for Val di Sole that year? No. You were just going to go race my bike.
Yeah, like me and Dad had actually gone to the previous 2 World Cups, but I'd crashed out before qualifying in Lenzerheide, like my last run. So I couldn't race, and then I had a concussion for 3 or 4 weeks before Val di Sole. So yeah, I was kind of going into it like, oh, I'm just kind of back from injury, and I'm just going to do my best, like ride my hardest, and yeah, I literally cannot believe like my first race was my first one.
Yeah.
Like, it seems a bit silly.
That,
And yeah, like I fell in love with the track as well. It was amazing. Like it was so technical, and it was kind of like Christchurch with the moon dust. So I was really
and
loving
the
it that
rocks and
day.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it was so cool having Eris there and stuff. So it's been a bit weird this year not having Eris around at the top of the like qualifying laps or race run laps. But
Yeah. It's a bummer. Yeah, that's I can agree with Valdesol. I only raced there once. Which I just realized today you were born in 2006. So you were 2 when I raced there.
Oh,
just to make myself feel really old.
no.
But yeah, same thing. Like I still have dear memories of that track. It was so cool. But yeah, so that was like, I mean, you had a crazy first year with 2 World Cup wins, the all Kiwi World Champs podium as well. Like, did it kind of looking back at it now, did it kind of feel like it set the bar high going into the second year?
Yeah, I think especially last year, like without getting a win, I was pretty disappointed in myself, honestly. Like I was struggling every race because I was like, I should be winning. Why am I not winning? And like second and third and fourth just kind of wasn't good enough for me. But yeah, that first year was pretty amazing, I think. But I would never change it. Like having that first year and having such highs and such lows at different races, it was pretty cool. And I would love to experience it again. I think about that constantly, honestly, and I like always send memories to Poppy and Eris and go like, this is what we did. Like we made history with the New Zealand podium.
Yeah, that was that was amazing. That was so cool to see that. But then you joined Trek, wow, unofficially partway through the season. Was that how did that all come about? Did they just approach you? Like, I mean, you're obviously doing amazing.
Yeah, it was actually in Valdesol, so before I'd ridden, like obviously, like I'd ridden in Lenzerheide, but apparently Andrew saw me riding, but I wasn't on the start list, so I had no clue who I was. And then, like a couple of days before we started track walking and practicing in Valdesol, they were like, "Oh, like come to the pit," and I went, and I was like, "Oh, hi, I'm Sacha," like blah blah blah.
Probably nervous as hell.
Yeah, I was like shitting myself. I didn't know who anyone was.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, hi, like I was meant to come and talk to RG, blah blah. And they're like, oh yeah, we're watching you. No pressure though. And I'm like, no,
full pressure right there.
So I think it was perfect how, like, it was a story basically how I won that race, and then literally the next week I'd signed for 24 and 25.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, with my dad and Morsey, and it was pretty surreal, but I was luckily enough that they helped me with the bike before World Champs in Fort William, so I rode the trick there, and I tested a bit with Joe Krabick, who's also on our team still, at Glen Cove. So it wasn't the best.
I've ridden at Glen Cove.
It wasn't the best, but it was obviously like doable, and I stayed on the track for the rest of the season, and they helped me get a little contract for a couple months with 100%, so I could therefore be under the pit and experience kind of what Bodie did the first couple years of his career. So it was amazing, and it was easy because obviously Reese was injured that year. I could have Joe as my mechanic, and it worked really well. But yeah, I already had about 3 mechanics over my 3 years.
Chewing through them.
Yeah, basically.
It's funny because I remember it was like all of a sudden you like show up on a trek and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Like Sasha's riding a trek now. And then the 100% kit, and I'm like, all signs are pointing towards a trek deal at this point. So
a lot of people message me and goes, when are you signing? And I'm like, oh. But it was really hard for me to like keep it in because I obviously told my friends, but I didn't get released till about like March, but the lists obviously for the teams had come out in January. So and it was a bit sad, but yeah, I love the team so much.
Yeah.
They're so amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and like just kind of going back to what you were saying earlier about it just being like a, you know, family and having Kiwis and, you know, Brits and all that on there. And it's probably like a really nice setup to be on for a Kiwi, because like I know guys who've ridden for teams where it's like they're the only Kiwi and basically all French team, and it's like just it's got to be such a challenge in that sort of situation.
Yeah.
But
I know, like, even coming into it, it was kind of the whole thing that Kiwis on French teams don't work. So I had no expectation of what team I would want to be on. Like, that first year, I thought I would only get onto a small team. So, yeah, getting onto that jump pretty quickly was amazing. And
yeah,
it
it's
just started my career so much.
unreal.
Yeah.
So then going into second year, obviously, yeah, like you said, officially became a member of Trek, and kind of going back to where that bar had been set. Like you said last year, you know, no wins, but you still had a really solid year of like basically all podiums. But was there some mental challenge in terms of like, you know, like I'm on this big team, I've got wins already, like that had to be a bit of a hurdle?
I definitely felt the pressure, and I already put a lot of pressure on myself just because I expect to do so well in myself. I'd had that since I was a kid during BMX. I expect myself to win. Like, I know I can, so why shouldn't I be? And I know my skill, stuff like this. And I don't want to sound arrogant, but obviously everyone,
You've got to have it though, you know, like because if you go into a race weekend just going,
I'll just ride,
yeah,
you know.
it doesn't work. Like everyone's got that inside them at that level.
But yeah, I put so much pressure on myself, and I could also feel pressure from external places as well. And I think that really got to my head a couple of times. Like Leo gang, when I crashed out, that was pretty disappointing for me. Like, like the rest of that run was shambles. I tried to get up quickly and I crashed up 5, 6 more times. So that wasn't ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially towards the end of the season, I was like, come on, like what's happening? I qualified first in Lunaville again and then came down in third. And then for Mont Saint Anne, I had so many people telling me, oh, you got it. It's like last one, you got it. And I had a mistake there as well. I was just like,
yeah. It's sort of like, this is my last one. Like, I want to leave this one on a high. And
I think, being a rookie in like elites is pretty cool because you are the youngest. Like, there's no expectation, but like if you do well, it's better than, you know, not obviously.
Yeah.
If you do well, it's more of like a, oh wow, like they did really well because they're so young. But I think I had a chat with like Ali as well, and it is hard jumping on a big team.
That's funny you mentioned that, because that was like on the tip of my tongue to mention. That kind of feels like Ali's season this year, like super fast, but just a lot of mistakes and pressure, I guess.
Yeah, and you just feel it like as long as like you're on the team for however many years, but you just know, and it's in the back of your head every day. I've got to like prove myself that I should be on this team, and they've signed me for a reason. Like they expect this from me, blah blah blah. But obviously every team's different. But yeah, it is difficult.
It's tough as well, I think, when you start looking at, you know, the likes of, you know, like, and this is probably more for like Lockie, but you look at the likes of Jackson, who's just like this absolute phenomenal freak and just like, you know, winning all these races. And for Lockie, he's probably like, man, I was right there with him. And, you know, Lockie's had a couple of really good races, but it's been up and down as well. And probably kind of similar for like, I guess you and like Eris, and then like Gracie a little bit ahead, but it's sort of like this constant, like, well, they're doing this, like
reminder.
trying
to. It's strange, I think. Like, Jackson's just on a different level, like
it's
4 in a row.
Unbelievable.
It is kind of just like a reminder constantly, like how we've like gone up through the ranks and how quickly like Gracie's gone and won 3 already.
Yeah. And
then like Eris like had won both of our world champs, but she completely deserved it. Like amazing from her. But it's hard. And then having her this year struggle a lot. It's just it's really personal in the women, I think. It's just more because we know each other.
Yeah.
Well, not know each other a bit more, but I think just the way we interact with each other is
It
different.
seems like quite a tight-knit group.
Community. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like, I feel like while all the girls are racing each other, you all seem like quite close, whereas I think a lot of the guys, it's kind of like, I'm just here to win, and it's like they've got their like close sort of circle, and that's it.
And then and there's so many more of them. Like, at least with the women, like, you do have your top 5. Like, every race you'll probably see the same top 5, and then between that mid and end pack, it is really tough because you're all such a similar pace, and yeah, it gets pretty hard. But obviously, at the end of the run, you're always so happy for everyone else. Basically.
Yeah. How's is there anything you've kind of been working on specifically on the break while you're home, or is there anything that you've sort of like gone, I want to improve on this, or just relaxing and getting some regular training back in?
Yeah, just kind of getting regular training, because we've only really had 1 week breaks this stint, which is a bit strange. Go to a place and you'd set up for the week and then head off straight for another World Cup. Like, I quite enjoy back-to-backs, because if you do bad the first race, you can straight away go
straight back into it
and just reset. And then if you do well, you can go again, basically, and you enjoy it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the 1 week breaks are a bit weird because you can't really settle into a place, like properly go to the gym, go for a pedal, or even do downhill laps. You just got to figure it out as you go, kind of. But it has been nice this time. I've been with the whole team basically every time. Whereas last year it was kind of me piggybacking off a couple other New Zealand people.
Yeah, kind of bouncing around.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, like, can I have stay here, please? Like, I'm homeless for the week. But yeah.
That's the less glamorous side of racing World Cups that people don't see. They're like, you're still in race weekend going, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing for the next like week and a half before the next race.
I'm going to get to Morzine or Schladming. I'm just going to have to put my story. Anyone got space for a bike? Yeah. Basically. But once we get to a level where we've got a truck each, then
yeah.
No, yeah, I think I just wanted to like get training again. I need to definitely work on my endurance, and just real specifically just ran specific areas of muscle growth. It's been hard, obviously, with my rib. It's still injured, and anything kind of above my head is really sore to do. But yeah, I think I kind of just missed the routine and doing things, you know.
Yeah, Ben. Little melody. Yeah, ribs suck. They just seem to be like 6 weeks or so, and then all of a sudden the pain's kind of gone, and you're like, I'm all right again. But yeah,
it was all right for the first week I was back because I think I was doing nothing. But then these past 2 weeks have been pretty sore. Even just sleeping, lying on that side, it's just a bit gnarly, and you can't really do anything about it. So yeah, you just got to take some ibuprofen and keep riding, I guess.
And it's even those little things that, you know, like people don't realize from the outside when you're dealing with that on race weekend as well. Like, you're kind of beating yourself. You know, most people would not do anything for weeks on end, and meanwhile you're like, man, my rib is in so much pain, but I have to show up for this World Cup and race.
Exactly, like it was in Lituil, so I crashed my 3rd practice run in it. I felt like shit, basically. I did that 2nd practice session in the afternoon in so much pain, like taped up to the max.
Yeah.
And then the next day for qualifying day, I woke up and I was going to go to the pit. Oh, I went to the pit believing I wasn't going to ride that day, and I did anyway. It obviously didn't turn out good, but like it was really hard to get through that mentally and go, like, come on, just ride. Like,
yeah.
This is a good opportunity to keep learning, and also like I can't be ungrateful. I'm in the Dolomites riding.
Yeah. Perspective plays a lot at that point.
Yeah, sure.
And especially because a lot of people would at that point could be just super down on it all and why is this happening to me? But yeah, if you can turn that perspective around, it can make a huge difference too.
For sure. And then in Andorra, I was just on heaps of ibuprofen a day because that was insane. Like, the whole weekend was pretty fun, so I wasn't complaining.
That's like, someone should try and get them as a team sponsor, because there's probably so much money going out of the like downhill community, just
Yeah, oh my
people
God.
constantly trying to keep little injuries at bay.
I think I've been to the pharmacy quite a few times this that's okay. Like, happens to everyone.
Yeah. What's it's hazards of the job, I guess. But
Hmm.
what's been your favourite race so far this season? Or favourite track, favourite race could be?
Ooh, I would say favorite race, like race weekend, was definitely Andorra. Even though we had quite early mornings for 2 of the days, it was cool.
Yeah, you were on track like super early for practice, weren't you there?
I think practice, junior women, not junior women, elite women have it worse, man. We're always first practice of the day.
Yeah.
The race weekend was sick. The track was amazing. Like, I felt really good on my bike and I was working really well with the team. But I think race, even though I did crash, Ludenville I was really proud of, because that last split, like literally 2 seconds before I crashed, I was in third, and starting to think about that. But like, then I felt insane on my bike. That I knew my first split was really good, and just kind of that momentum was starting to build after such a horrible weekend in Poland. And like, it is an amazing place to go back to. It's so beautiful there. Like, it just makes everything a little bit better.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like a cool place. You definitely see some there's some pretty nice places you get to go to.
Yeah, honestly, if you were to go anywhere, I'd say Ludenville. It's beautiful.
Nice. What are you looking forward to towards the end of the year? Like, what's a favourite race coming up? Is there one that's...
Ooh. Well, my 2 favourite have already gone. So Valsol and Ludenville are already done. But I would say Lenzerheide. When I did ride that in 2023, I was so stoked. And it was gutting I couldn't even put a full lap down there. But that one's pretty cool. Montsanan is an amazing track. It's just
that's
long
epic.
and hard.
Yeah.
A lot of effort. And then Lake Placid would be kind of cool to go to a new location.
Yeah, that's a super cool place there. I did do not a World Cup. I did do a race there 15 years ago. They used to they had a downhill track that was 5Ks long, and it was like a 12-minute run. It was nuts.
Dear.
So that's not they're not running that for the World Cup. So
we're going down to like 3 minutes now.
Yeah, but that's another cool spot. They had the Winter Olympics there in like the 80s or something. So it's a pretty cool town. It's a pretty cool place.
I'm looking forward to a couple of things, and then kind of just working on. The one thing I really needed to work on this whole time is making my qualifying run an elite women qualifying run, not a junior qualifying run. Because in junior, if I like put down a solid, like, not look lap, but kind of just cruisy,
top to bottom, kind of
bottom, it'd be like between first to fifth. And I'm sweet, easy. Whereas this year, I'm struggling to go, this is my race run, basically, because obviously half the time I hadn't made it through. So
I guess bringing that intensity like early on, it's cool that you've recognized that, and that, like, because that could be a challenging one for a lot of people, like not even just subconsciously, not even realizing. But I guess if you know, like, man, I need to hit this with so much more intensity.
Yeah, exactly. And I think progressively throughout the season's gone along, I've worked on it much better. I've done more full laps in my training. I've gone into like sections with intensity during the training sessions as well, rather than just riding the track almost. So that'll be cool to test out after a couple of big race laps here at home.
Yeah, that is a hard one to get used to, because you kind of, racing in New Zealand, you kind of almost, it'll be like a steady ramp, like you just kind of get faster and faster through practice, and each run kind of progressively gets faster, whereas it's you've really got to like pinpoint the speed, I guess, for a World Cup.
And it's almost straight away you've got to go into it fast, because I know last year and the year before, like, my first run would always be extremely slow. And I think that was like obviously not working, because I was starting here and I'd have to go up to here rather than starting here and then going up to here. But I think it's been good for the past half a year. So there, and then the races in New Zealand, like it is kind of nice to lay back a bit and hit to a race and not feel the immense pressure and not feel like, oh my god, like I have to win. It's just kind of like, oh, a New Zealand race. It's all right.
Yeah. They just become more fun. They go from being like the biggest thing that you've got on the calendar, like coming into the national series, and it's like, but yeah, when you're going from World Cups, it's like, this is cool. This is a nice summer racing to do.
Exactly.
That's cool. I'm going to go back in time a little bit further, and so you obviously started in BMX racing. I think your dad was involved in BMX for a long time, right?
Yeah. He was the chief executive officer, I think, for a while, and that was really cool. Up until now, he's now working for a distributor for Alpine Stars and Pirelli. But BMX was my life since I was 3 till about 16, really.
Yeah. So three-time world champion. So you were pretty good there.
Yeah, thank you. It was kind of crazy. I started riding bikes since I was 3 and racing at 4. And I ended up doing my first World Championships in Auckland when I was 7, and that was my first win. But definitely my most memorable was my 3rd World Champs. It was on my birthday in Colombia, and that was
what a day!
Yeah, one of my best days of my life, probably. But yeah, that's
cool. So it's like, I guess I can see when you were saying, you know, like you have that expectation on you to win, you know, or you like do really well for yourself. And like, clearly you've had a lot of success prior to mountain biking as well. So it's kind of ingrained a bit, I imagine, like, not in a bad way or anything, but it's just like what you're what you're used to and where your bar is.
I just expect myself to do that because it has been like quite a lot of my life. Racing in general, just heading to like a race, whether it was BMX, mountain biking, enduro, cross country, like I had to give it my all. Like that was all kind of I knew.
Yeah.
But it was a lot as a kid, honestly. Like I fell out of love with it so quickly. And like I did hate it a lot, but I still had to do it till I was older. And I think I wouldn't take that back almost because it has obviously made like me into who I am today and what I believe and what I think of racing. And I'm still glad that I can enjoy kind of that, but in a different area of my life.
Yeah. It seems like that's a not that uncommon theme for BMX. Like I remember talking to Lockie and he was kind of the same. Like, I don't know, it seems BMX racing just seems so intense because, I mean, like you said, you started racing at 4, like, and what you raced like 12 years or something like that is so much.
It is. And like everyone does seem pretty burnt out because I think we just start quite young and it took over my life really. Like I would only go to school and then ride and train for BMX and I was 8. Like it wasn't my like favorite thing to do, but I did it because I knew my parents loved it and I knew like I did it with my brother as well.
Yeah.
And I knew it like also brought me happiness doing well. It was just getting to the point of doing well. So now sometimes I struggle with the whole training bit and getting over that kind of like,
yeah. It's that kind of bittersweet, like you want the result, but you know you have to do the stuff you don't want to do to get it. And
So I think that like negative emotion was really like reinforced in me as a kid, obviously, but I would never take that back because the skill, like, and you can see with the riders who had done BMX, say like Lockie, the skill and the body position of the bike is so much more smooth. Or
that's something I've always noticed watching you racing is like you have such a smooth, fluid style. Like I really enjoy watching your race runs because you do like you're not really ragged. Like you've got this awesome like standing tall like style. So
thank you so much.
No, it's like you can see it. You can see the BMX background kind of coming out of it, I think. So
and it's cool, like implementing kind of like the skills that you would use in a BMX run for a mountain bike run, but the bike's just 10 times heavier.
Yeah. So what, I mean, obviously you said you got pretty burnt out on it with BMX, but how did the transition to mountain biking come about?
Well, I'd always like been mountain biking anyway as a family. Like my parents got me in, both me and my brother into BMX just as a stepping stone basically, and then obviously it skyrocketed into something else.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they were always into mountain biking. Dad did heaps of like Auckland downhill races
Oh,
back
nice.
in
Yeah.
the day at home and stuff. So that was really cool. And then yeah, we just always had been mountain biking, always kind of doing the races since we were under 15 anyway. But once I realized like I just couldn't do BMX anymore, I was like, oh wait, mountain biking is pretty cool and I
Yeah.
do actually love it. So that transition kind of went in when I was like 12-ish, but I was still like doing BMX in the background.
Yeah.
And then probably about when I was last year under 17, I was like, oh, I think I actually want to race World Cup. So the realization didn't come very early.
Yeah,
Just,
it's still that's probably a
yeah,
good thing though, because you kind of, while you had the background to help, it wasn't like you'd spent years. It wasn't like
yeah,
trying to go
craft.
an elite as a BMX racer where you would have probably just got even deeper into hating it, you know, like it was kind of same but different, and
Yeah.
gave you all that background as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like as a kid, kind of all I knew my future would be a BMX racer, and then that slowly transitioned into like, oh, like mountain bike racing is so sick, and I always remember watching the World Cups on Rebel TV when I was like so young, and I only realized a couple years ago that I think they'd set it up all along to be like that.
Just slowly been ticking away in
Just
your
slowly
brain.
pushing. Yeah. Oh, mountain bike's really cool. We should go full 40 this weekend, or how about we go here? So
Yeah.
I think it was a master plan all along.
Yeah. Nice. So I think you've made the right choice. I think
Yeah,
there's
honestly.
more fun.
Yeah, for sure. Like the environment's so much more fun. The people are sick. Like just the different kind of riding is so like admirable to see in other people. Really.
I think your skill can shine through more as well. Like BMX feels like everyone's chasing that 1% all the time. Like it's got so insanely, like the first two pedal strokes can make or break a
Yeah,
race. Like
exactly. Yeah, the gate's important, and at least I was good at that. But the rest of the stuff, I was not the best. um, at least yeah, mountain biking, like you can always see Gracie. She makes up so much time throughout the run, and it is just cool to see how people dissect the run so differently.
yeah. Yeah, it's quite cool when you do see that difference in style from people, you know, like two people can look so different on a bike and they can be 0.2 of a second apart, and like it's cool to see that.
And then yeah, there's just kind of so much more like variety to mountain biking. There's the free ride aspect, there's slope style, there's racing, and also just everyone else who froths it. So that's pretty cool.
Did you watch Hardline in the weekend?
I did, yes.
Is that something that would ever be on your radar?
No.
Not for you.
He's asked me a few times. I just like that is so scary. I have no clue how Lou did that. She's an absolute beast.
Yeah, she killed it. Like,
yeah,
that looked real gnarly.
That's so cool to see from her. Like, she's got balls.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. Even like, it's subjectively easier. Hardline Tasmania. I don't think that seems kind of up my alley. And it was cool really seeing Eris do it, but obviously unfortunate that she did. Yeah, just the girls tackling it every time is really, really amazing to see.
That attrition rate is my biggest gripe with Hardline.
Yeah.
There's parts of it like I enjoy watching, and then I'm like, but I just hate like when Jackson got hurt, like Ronan at the start of this year, Eris obviously, and I'm like, man, it just sucks when there's these people who are like winning contenders and then they're just out for the whole World Cup season from this race. But
and that's it. Also in the aspect, like it doesn't seem like a good win to lose ratio. Like I would lose so much more than I would actually gain from it. I'd probably do a jump and then be like, oh yeah, I'm good.
I think Jackson might have realised that because he was supposed to be racing Wales, and then I think like a couple of rounds ago I heard someone say that he wasn't racing, and so Ollie got in, which was awesome, and Ollie was absolutely hauling ass. I'm
fucking gutted for Ollie, honestly. Like as soon as he got to the first split, I was so like excited, and then he crashed 0.2 of a second later.
Yeah,
gutting because he was still first in that split. So
It
I
was,
think he would have gotten on the podium. But,
yeah, he opened a lot of eyes, though, I think. Like, I think, you know, regardless of the fact that he's won a World Cup this season, like, one of the only people to beat, like, the Olrins. And so, but, yeah, like, I think his riding in that just showed how talented he is. So I think a lot of people have probably taken notice of him when he stepped up into elite.
People are like, oh, like, it's so good. As like a show of their skill, and to show sponsors and other teams, oh, I can do this as well, and this could be valuable for contracts as well.
Yeah, considering he didn't even really know what he was doing when he got to the races this year, like it was still kind of up in the air. It's pretty awesome for him. So yeah,
cool, so cool to see.
Yeah, he deserves something out of that. Hopefully, see some more support from him in the next couple of years, which would be cool. Yeah. Good to see a boy from the South Island, from a little town, doing well.
Yeah, okay.
I met him when he was probably like 13 at a Nelson Club downhill race. Yeah, this little nugget of a dude just asking questions the whole way up the hill in the shuttle. So it's so cool to see him now racing World Cups and winning.
Yeah, I making fun of him now. He was an annoying kid.
Yeah, he was.
And I remember so specifically this one time in Coronet, he had this like sneaky line, and all the older boys took it from him, and he got real upset. But yeah, man, and so lovely. Yeah.
Nah, that's too good. All right, well, I think I've pretty much kind of exhausted my list of questions, and it's been awesome to have you on, and stoked to have a catch up of everything from the last couple of years.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing to be on.
No, it's awesome. And really looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season goes. Hopefully lots of qualifying out of Q1s and more top 10s.
More top 10s, probably better. I want to crack that 5th. So working towards that.
Yeah, aim for a podium. Be good to see you on a podium.
Yeah, but I think just small steps so far. Just 5th, and then maybe a podium. Oh, and then maybe a win.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, well, thank you very much again, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Cool. Thank you so much.